fair to say you simply flooded the system with money?
Yes, we did. That's another way to think about it. We did.
Where does it come from? Do you just print it?
We print it digitally. So we as a central bank, we have the ability to create money digitally, and we do that by buying treasury bills or bonds or other government guaranteed securities, and that actually increases the money supply. We also print actual currency, and we distribute that through the Federal Reserve banks.
About fiscal policy, and following the GFC, we had a significant tightening of fiscal policy, both at the federal level, but in particular at state and local levels. You mentioned this in your prepared remarks, but what would you hope to see in terms of fiscal policy in the next 6 to 12 months?
So, Lisa, I guess I would start by saying that the U.S. federal budget is on an unsustainable path, has been for some time, and I think that's something we will need to return to. And that just means having the economy grow faster than the debt. Having the debt grow faster than the economy is sort of by definition unsustainable in the long run. I would also say this is not the time to give priority to those concerns. The time to do that is when the economy is strong, unemployment is low, people are working, they're paying taxes, we're on sound fiscal and economic footing. That's the time to work on getting back on a sustainable path. You mentioned state law.
Some in my industry have described the decision of the Fed to intervene in markets through purchases of investment grade bonds, as well as the traditional MBS and Treasury assets that we saw during the global financial crisis, as the Fed moving from being the referee on the field to a player on the field. And can you describe how the Fed plans to move back to its traditional role as referee? And are there downsides of the Fed being the player on the field?
Well, so let me go back to the beginning. As this began to unfold and as it became clear what was getting ready to happen and the likelihood of a shutdown and the great unknown about what that would mean and the fact that it was happening globally, we came to the view, my colleagues and I came to the view pretty quickly that we needed to use all of our tools and needed to do so in maybe ways that where there had been red lines saying we won't cross these red lines. And there I'm thinking particularly of the lending to corporates and to state and local governments. I don't know how I would have been able to explain to the public that we didn't go to the limit of what we could do. I just thought we have to do this, we're going to do this, and we did. So we took those roles on in this historically unique situation. And I think, history will judge how well we did, but we did it, and I have never regretted the fact that we did that. And we knew from the very beginning that there was going to be a time to put away those tools. That time is not here, but when that time comes, we will put them away. And there will also be issues around expectations that we now have these new tools and we can use them all the time for different things. And that's going to have to be something that we work on as well, because we don't want the Fed, no one should want the Fed to be intervening in markets on a routine basis like this. This was really we hope, once in a lifetime situation. So, we're determined to, first of all, we're going to keep at it until we are very far along and sure that we're out of the woods here. We're in no hurry to stop doing what we're doing. But when the time does come, we will put these away. And we're not looking to find ways to keep them in place and take on new and different roles. These are really emergency tools. And when the emergency is well and truly behind us, and we're highly confident of that, we want to put them away under lock and key. And we'll use them again if we have to, but not on an ongoing basis.
So
Okay, there you go. Fed Chairman Jay Powell, in his own words, telling you they flooded the system with money. Not only did they flood the system with money, they are acting as participants in the asset buying, purchasing of corporate, basically just giving money to corporations so they can continue to exist, which is, they're not, like she said, they're not being players or not being referees in the game anymore. They're actually being participants. And he said they have emergency tools that they've been using. When are they going to stop using the emergency tools? Meaning buying up corporate assets and also participating in the stock market to keep it, at a level that people will not panic over. And the other thing that he said that was very interesting is that the United States is on an unsustainable path, meaning that there's no way that the United States can continue to accumulate debt at the rate that they're accumulating and not have some way to offset the amount of debt that they're accumulating. It's unsustainable. And he says it's been unsustainable for quite some time. So everything I've ever said in my videos, everything we talk about, is just been very transparent with this guy. I actually kind of like Jay Powell. I think he's pretty honest, and he tells you exactly what's going on if you just listen and pay attention. For these reasons, as I'm showing you in this video, the only real money is Bitcoin. Actually, other cryptocurrencies are real money too, but Bitcoin is stable money. It's, as I stated last night in my video, it's the actual production, the resources that are used in order to create a Bitcoin energy, real world resources, making it better than gold, making it better than any other commodity, and making it very transparent, as well as the fact that you have tremendous buying of Bitcoin right now by institutions going on in the background. Grayscale, there's a lot of others that are buying up lots and lots of Bitcoin. So if you don't think Bitcoin is going to go higher, then you're not listening to the Fed chairman, who is setting monetary policy in the United States and around the world. And as world reserve currency, this man speaks for the entire world economy, as the dollar still is world reserve currency for countries around the world. So, very interesting. He's very transparent. He tells you what it is. You just need to listen to it. The only way to escape this complete, what would you say, making a system, making up the rules as they go and doing whatever they want. Basically, like she said, being player and being referee and being judge and jury and the whole 9 yards. They're doing everything to keep this thing going. They're juggling a lot right now, and they're going to continue to do it. So a lot of information. Jay Powell's been very transparent, and if you listen closely, you'll see that this is not going to turn out pretty. And if you think you're just going to be able to hang on to your 401k and invest in the stock market and keep that thing going and not have to worry about it in any other way, you're very, very, very misled as far as that's concerned. So anyway, interesting video. I thought I'd show you this information. And like I say, it backs up pretty much everything I've been saying. Thank you very much for listening.